The sun rose slowly over the endless dunes of Tarnis 9, a desert planet that stretched farther than the eye could see. Waves of heat shimmered over the sands, painting the horizon in gold and red. For most travelers, Tarnis 9 was a place to avoid, a barren wasteland with nothing but dust storms and hidden dangers. But for Lena Carter, it was a treasure trove waiting to be discovered. Lena wiped the sweat from her brow as she climbed a steep dune. Her boots sank into the warm sand with every step. She carried a worn toolkit strapped to her back, a small backpack filled with rations, and a determination that few could match. For years, she had scavenged planets that others considered useless, repairing forgotten machines and bringing dead technology back to life. The rumor that had brought her here was old, 117 years old, in fact. It spoke of a machine, buried somewhere beneath the sands, a relic from a civilization lost to time. Most people dismissed it as a legend, a story told in broken bars and old mining stations. But Lena had seen enough strange tech in her life to know that legends often had a seed of truth. Her scanner beeped softly, alerting her to a faint energy reading beneath the sand. Her eyes narrowed as she adjusted the focus. There it was, a glint of metal catching the sunlight, just enough to reveal the outline of a massive structure half buried in the dunes. Lena's heart raced. Machines this old were rare, and one this size could hold secrets worth a fortune, or knowledge worth even more. She scrambled down the dune, careful not to slip. When she reached the site, Lena brushed away layers of sand with her hands, revealing a long, sleek frame. It was enormous, at least 3 times the size of her rover. Rusted panels bore intricate carvings, almost like writing, though Lena couldn't recognize the language. Tubes and cables protruded from its surface, some cracked and brittle, others surprisingly intact. This is incredible," Lena whispered, her voice barely audible over the desert wind. She circled the machine, noting the design. Despite its age, it was unlike anything she had seen. Its body was symmetrical, elegant, and functional, with components that suggested mobility, energy manipulation, and perhaps even intelligence. A faded emblem on its chest bore a symbol resembling a sun rising over a horizon, a logo from a civilization that had vanished long before the first human colonies reached this star system. Lena didn't hesitate. She set down her toolkit and began inspecting the panels, carefully opening access ports to see inside. Sparks flew as she patched old circuits, rewired broken connections, and replaced corroded connectors with makeshift parts from her kit. Every adjustment brought a faint whirring sound from the machine, as if it were waking from a long slumber. Hours passed. The sun climbed high overhead, turning the desert into a furnace, but Lena barely noticed. She was absorbed in the challenge, her mind racing with possibilities. What if the machine was more than just a relic? What if it had functions she couldn't even imagine? By mid-afternoon, a small section of the machine's systems powered up. Lights flickered along its body, tiny holographic symbols projecting briefly into the air before fading. Lena's eyes widened. "Okay, that's new," she muttered, leaning closer. The symbols shifted, patterns that looked almost like a language danced in the light. She quickly pulled out her portable analyzer and began comparing the patterns to every known language and code she had in her database. Nothing matched exactly, but some of the logic structures were familiar, mathematical, precise, and efficient. The machine's hum grew stronger, vibrating through the ground beneath her. Lena stepped back, feeling a mixture of awe and excitement. It was responding to her presence, as if it recognized her as someone capable of understanding it. She couldn't explain it, but the connection felt real. Just as she was about to take a break, the ground trembled slightly. Lena looked up, alarmed. The desert around her seemed to shift, and she realized the machine was moving, just a little, but it was alive. Panels slid open, revealing small arms and tools that had been hidden beneath its exterior. Lena grinned. "You're not just old metal, are you?" she said, excitement bubbling in her voice. With careful precision, she guided the machine through simple tests. She activated one of its limbs, and it responded smoothly. She connected her analyzer to its main port, feeding it power and observing how it distributed energy. Slowly, the machine came to life, its core systems humming steadily. A faint voice-like tone emanated from within, soft and melodic, though it wasn't speaking words yet. Lena decided to name it Aurora, inspired by the light and energy that seemed to flow from it. Aurora's activation revealed more than just mechanical function. Panels opened to reveal storage compartments, ancient data drives, and intricate machinery designed for precision work. Lena realized that the machine was not only advanced but self-sufficient. It could repair itself, adapt, and perhaps even learn from her. Hours turned into night. The desert cooled and stars appeared in the sky, brilliant and countless. Lena set up a small camp beside Aurora, her mind racing with possibilities. She connected a portable power source to keep its system stable and began examining the data drives. Ancient logs flickered to life, showing holographic images of a civilization she had never seen. Cities that glowed with energy, machines that moved with elegance, and people who seemed to live in harmony with technology. Aurora's core pulsed as if it were aware of her discoveries. Lena smiled. This was more than a salvage operation. This was history, knowledge, and a partnership that could change everything she knew about machines and humans. Suddenly, a faint alarm sounded from Aurora. Lena's eyes widened. She tapped into the system and saw a holographic map of the desert with a point glowing faintly in the distance. Lena frowned. "Someone else or something else," she muttered, scanning the horizon. The desert was quiet, but the signal persisted. Aurora projected a series of patterns, directions, coordinates, and symbols Lena had never seen before. With careful observation, she realized it was trying to communicate, guiding her towards something important. Her heart raced with excitement. "This isn't just about awakening you," Lena said softly, staring at the glowing machine. "There's more out there, something waiting." She packed her tools, secured Aurora's systems, and prepared for a journey she didn't yet understand. Together, human and machine would face the mysteries buried beneath the sands. The desert, vast and unforgiving, suddenly felt alive with possibility. As they set off toward the glowing point, Lena couldn't shake the feeling that she had stumbled upon something much bigger than herself. Aurora, silent but responsive, pulsed gently beside her. A century-old machine, brought back to life by human ingenuity, was now her companion, and the start of an adventure that neither of them could have predicted. The night deepened, stars twinkling above them. Lena adjusted her pack and glanced at Aurora, who shimmered faintly under the moonlight. "Let's see what secrets you've been keeping," she whispered. And for the first time in 117 years, Aurora truly woke. The first night in the desert was quiet, except for the soft hum that came from Aurora. The century-old machine Lena had awakened. Its lights flickered gently, casting long shadows on the sand dunes. Lena sat beside it, tinkering with small components and reviewing the data drives she had recovered. Every now and then, she glanced at the glowing panels, feeling an odd sense of companionship. By dawn, Lena had adjusted Aurora's internal systems to stabilize its power core. She connected a small energy converter she had brought and watched as the machine's main core pulsed steadily. A faint vibration ran through the sand beneath them, a heartbeat, almost, and Lena smiled. "All right, Aurora, let's see what you can really do," she said softly. She activated one of its limbs, testing its flexibility. The metal moved smoothly, with the precision of a machine built far beyond contemporary human engineering. Lena adjusted its grip strength and calibration. Even after 117 years buried in the desert, the machine's design was flawless. Then, something unexpected happened. The air around Aurora shimmered, and a holographic display flickered to life in front of Lena. Symbols, patterns, and geometric shapes spun slowly in the air. Lena blinked. "That's a language," she muttered. She grabbed her analyzer and tried to decode the sequences. Nothing matched known human codes, but as she observed closely, she noticed something remarkable. The patterns changed depending on her movements and touch. The symbols seemed alive, responding to her input. Aurora's voice came next, a soft, melodic tone, unlike any human voice. It was not speaking words yet, but the patterns in the hologram shifted in response, almost as if it were trying to communicate. Lena felt a thrill of excitement. This was no ordinary machine. Aurora was intelligent. "You're learning me," Lena whispered, leaning closer. "You're actually learning me." Over the next few hours, Lena experimented with communication. She drew simple symbols in the sand, and Aurora responded with holographic corrections and suggestions. She realized that the machine was analyzing her logic, adapting its responses, and teaching itself to understand her thinking. "It's like you're alive," she said, amazed. "Not like humans, but alive in your own way." As the sun rose higher, Lena packed up her small camp and prepared to follow Aurora's guidance. The holographic symbols pointed toward a distant ridge of dunes. Aurora pulsed gently, almost like it was encouraging her to follow. Lena climbed onto her small rover, secured Aurora's auxiliary systems, and set off toward the glowing point. The journey was slow. The desert was unforgiving, and Lena had to navigate shifting sands and occasional sinkholes. Aurora assisted where it could, extending tools to probe the terrain ahead, analyzing stability and alerting Lena to hidden dangers. She marveled at the machine's precision, its calculations flawless. Along the way, Lena spoke to Aurora as if it were a companion, explaining her thoughts, asking questions, and even joking. To her surprise, Aurora began to respond, not with words but with subtle gestures, lights, and vibrations that conveyed emotion and understanding. By midday, they reached a narrow canyon partially hidden by dunes. Aurora scanned the area and projected a map of the canyon's interior. Lena gasped. Ancient structures lay hidden beneath layers of sand, tall towers, collapsed archways, and strange machinery embedded in the rock walls. This is incredible," Lena whispered. "You weren't just buried in the desert, you were guarding something." Aurora pulsed brightly, and Lena realized it was trying to convey more information. She carefully examined the projections, noting that the structures appeared to contain storage chambers, energy nodes, and data cores. Whoever had built this civilization had intended for these systems to remain hidden and protected, and Aurora had been their sentinel. Lena spent the afternoon navigating the canyon. Aurora helped her move debris, carefully lifting collapsed sections and creating safe pathways. Every interaction highlighted human ingenuity and adaptability. The way Lena improvised solutions, combined with Aurora's computational precision, allowed them to move faster than either could alone. At the heart of the canyon, Lena discovered a large, circular chamber, partially collapsed but still intact. The walls were covered in carvings and glowing lines of energy that pulsed faintly. Lena ran her fingers along the patterns, feeling a connection to the ancient builders. Aurora's lights shifted, projecting a holographic figure into the center of the chamber. The figure resembled a humanoid, tall and elegant, with flowing robes and a serene expression. Lena stepped back, awestruck. The hologram moved its hands gracefully, creating more symbols in the air. "It's teaching me," Lena said. "Or maybe it's teaching us both." She spent hours decoding the symbols, comparing them to Aurora's internal systems. Slowly, a story emerged, a history of the civilization that had built Aurora, their achievements, and their ultimate downfall. They had created machines to assist and protect, designed to learn from humans and adapt to changing circumstances. Aurora was one of their finest creations, designed to find someone worthy, someone capable of understanding and using its knowledge. Lena felt a thrill of pride. Humans had advanced far beyond what even Aurora had expected. She realized that her creativity, problem-solving, and determination were what allowed her to awaken the machine. By evening, Lena had connected Aurora to the chamber's central energy node. The machine's system surged with power, illuminating the chamber in brilliant light. Symbols and holograms danced across the walls, creating a visual symphony of knowledge and history. Lena had never seen anything like it. Aurora's core pulsed steadily, projecting its first real communication in a voice that Lena could understand. It was soft, melodic, and full of curiosity, human, capable, learning, extraordinary. Lena laughed softly, feeling a warm sense of accomplishment. "You like me," she said, half joking. "Don't worry, I like you too." Aurora responded with a pulse of light, almost like a nod. For the first time, Lena realized that she and Aurora were partners, two intelligent beings, different yet connected, exploring the unknown together. That night, Lena set up a small camp within the chamber. She connected Aurora to the energy node to maintain its systems, and continued to study the holographic symbols. Each discovery was more incredible than the last: maps of distant star systems, designs for advanced machines, and even recordings of environmental data that could revolutionize human knowledge of the galaxy. For a moment, Lena allowed herself to dream. With Aurora by her side, she could explore worlds, recover lost knowledge, and maybe even help humanity advance in ways no one had imagined. The thought filled her with hope and excitement. As she drifted off to sleep, she felt Aurora's core pulse gently beside her, a comforting presence. She knew that this was only the beginning. A human had awakened a 117-year-old machine, but together they could awaken the secrets of a long-lost civilization. In the darkness of the canyon, under the light of distant stars, human and machine began their first true journey. And the galaxy, vast and silent, seemed ready to reveal its mysteries. The sun had barely touched the horizon when Lena awoke, the soft hum of Aurora filling the chamber like a heartbeat. The desert outside glowed in muted gold, painting the ancient walls in warm light. Lena stretched and glanced at the holographic symbols dancing across the walls. Aurora had continued to process the chamber's data throughout the night, projecting maps, star systems, and cryptic instructions that Lena was determined to understand. "Morning, Aurora," she said, rubbing her eyes. "I think today we finally find out why you were buried here." Aurora pulsed gently in response, a soft blue light radiating from its core. It projected a path through the chamber, highlighting a passage that had been hidden beneath a collapsed archway. Lena examined the rubble carefully. Most humans would have given up on this blocked passage, but Lena's curiosity and her stubborn nature would not allow it. With a few carefully placed tools, Lena began clearing the debris. Aurora assisted, extending delicate limbs to lift fallen stones and fractured panels. The work was meticulous and slow, but Lena enjoyed it. She had always loved challenges, especially those that tested her ingenuity. Every stone removed revealed intricate carvings, circuits, and tiny mechanisms that hinted at the advanced engineering of the civilization that had built Aurora. Finally, the passage opened into a hidden underground vault. Lena gasped as she stepped inside. The vault was enormous, easily twice the size of the chamber above, filled with strange machinery, floating data crystals, and walls lined with glowing conduits. The air was cool, untouched for over a century, and the faint scent of ozone lingered, a reminder of the incredible technology sealed away here. "This is incredible," Lena whispered. "It's like stepping into another world." Aurora's lights shifted, scanning every surface. Its holographic projections illuminated a central console, partially buried beneath years of dust. Lena hurried over and brushed it clean. The symbols on the console matched those in Aurora's core systems, suggesting that the machine had been waiting for someone capable of understanding this vault. As Lena activated the console, a holographic map spread across the vault, showing the desert above and distant planets. Aurora projected additional overlays, energy flows, resource nodes, and locations marked with strange symbols. Lena realized that the map depicted more than just the planet. It highlighted hidden colonies, lost star systems, and areas rich with knowledge and technology. This civilization wasn't just advanced, they were explorers, engineers, and visionaries, Lena said, and they left all of this for someone like me to find. She spent hours deciphering the symbols, Aurora guiding her through calculations and logical puzzles embedded in the data. Each solved puzzle revealed more of the civilization's secrets. There were energy-efficient designs for cities, advanced robotics instructions, and even environmental control systems that could terraform small planets. Lena marveled at the ingenuity. Humans had always been resourceful, but these designs were beyond anything she had ever imagined. As the day passed, Lena realized that Aurora's learning systems had also improved. The machine had begun predicting her needs, adjusting its tools, and even suggesting solutions she hadn't considered. It was a partnership in the truest sense, human creativity combined with machine precision. Humans have a way of seeing possibilities that machines can't, Lena said aloud, and you're finally seeing it too. Aurora pulsed in response, projecting a small holographic diagram showing how human intuition complemented its systems. Lena smiled. This was the essence of HFY, humans solving problems, adapting, and inspiring even the most advanced machines. Just as Lena was about to explore deeper into the vault, a faint tremor shook the ground. Dust fell from the ceiling and Aurora's sensors flared. Lena froze. "Stay calm," she whispered, reaching for her tools. "It's probably just the desert settling." But the tremor continued, more deliberate this time. Lena scanned the area and saw faint energy signatures approaching from the desert above. Others had arrived, scavengers, explorers, or perhaps even rivals seeking the vault's secrets. Lena's mind raced. She wasn't going to risk combat, not with Aurora's knowledge and the fragile technology in the vault. She had to outsmart them. Using the vault systems, Lena quickly projected a series of holographic decoys. Aurora extended its tools to activate hidden doors, rerouting the energy flows and creating false passages. Together, they constructed a labyrinth of light and sound, designed to mislead anyone trying to enter the vault without proper authorization. The approach of the intruders grew closer, but Lena remained calm. Her human ingenuity, coupled with Aurora's precise calculations, created a defensive system that relied entirely on cleverness rather than violence. The intruders entered the canyon only to find themselves trapped in loops, unable to locate the true vault entrance. Lena watched the projections with satisfaction, knowing that they were safe for now. With the immediate threat neutralized, Lena returned to exploring the vault. Aurora guided her to a central chamber that appeared to be a repository of the civilization's most valuable knowledge. Crystal data drives floated in midair, each glowing faintly. Lena carefully examined the first one, connecting it to her portable reader. Images and information flooded the display: blueprints, star maps, environmental data, and even recordings of the civilization's leaders explaining their vision. "This is everything," Lena murmured. "You were meant to share this with someone who could understand it." Aurora pulsed brightly, projecting a series of symbols that Lena interpreted as approval. The machine seemed proud, almost sentient in its satisfaction. Lena smiled. Humans had not only awakened a machine, they had inspired it. Hours passed and Lena continued to decode and catalog the vault's contents. Aurora assisted tirelessly, its systems humming with energy and light. The two worked in perfect harmony, uncovering knowledge that had been buried for over a century. As night fell, Lena paused to rest. She looked around the vault, feeling a sense of awe and accomplishment. She had discovered something extraordinary, not just a machine or lost technology, but a legacy. A civilization had trusted a human, relying on her intelligence and creativity to awaken their greatest creation and preserve their knowledge. Aurora's core pulsed beside her, a steady, comforting rhythm. Lena knew that this was only the beginning. With the vault's secrets and Aurora's abilities, the possibilities were endless. They could explore distant planets, recover lost knowledge, and perhaps even help humanity reach new heights of understanding. Before drifting to sleep, Lena whispered, "We did this together, Aurora. Humans and machines, we can do incredible things." Aurora responded with a gentle pulse of light, as if agreeing. Lena smiled, feeling the deep connection between them. This partnership was proof that human ingenuity could awaken even the oldest, most advanced machines, and together they could unlock the secrets of the galaxy. As she closed her eyes, Lena dreamed of stars, distant worlds, and ancient civilizations waiting to be rediscovered. The desert outside was quiet, but within the vault, human and machine had ignited a new era of discovery. And somewhere, in the depths of the holographic archives, the echoes of a long-lost civilization seemed to whisper, "The human is worthy." The desert sun rose in soft gold over Tarni's Nine, illuminating the ancient vault where Lena Carter and Aurora had spent days uncovering the secrets of a long-lost civilization. Lena stretched, rubbing her eyes, and glanced at the humming machine beside her. Aurora's lights pulsed steadily, and its holographic projections filled the room with a soft glow. "Good morning, Aurora," Lena said. "Today, we make sure all this knowledge isn't lost again." Aurora's core pulsed in response, almost like it was nodding. The machine had learned quickly, adapting to Lena's methods and even anticipating her decisions. Their partnership had grown stronger with every challenge, and Lena realized just how remarkable it was to work with something that could think so differently yet complement her human intuition perfectly. The first task of the day was securing the vault. Lena had seen signs that others had been searching for the ancient site: energy traces, footprints in the dunes, and faint disturbances in the sand. She had no intention of allowing anyone to misuse the civilization's knowledge. Aurora projected a holographic map of the vault and its surroundings. Lena studied it carefully. Using her mechanical expertise and Aurora's calculations, she devised a plan. They would create a series of clever defenses, traps, decoys, and misdirections that relied entirely on ingenuity rather than violence. Lena loved challenges like this. They required thinking, creativity, and improvisation, all things humans excel at. Over the next several hours, Lena and Aurora worked tirelessly. They reactivated hidden doors, set up holographic duplicates of the vault, and rerouted energy flows to create false pathways. Aurora's adaptive systems projected realistic illusions of security personnel and machinery, convincing any intruder that the vault was heavily guarded. Lena added subtle mechanical triggers, sand panels that shifted under pressure, sound sensors that emitted false signals, ensuring that the vault could only be accessed by someone who understood its secrets. By mid-afternoon, Lena stepped back to admire their work. The vault was secure, invisible to anyone who did not know the correct sequence of codes and patterns. Aurora's lights pulsed with satisfaction. Lena smiled, feeling a sense of pride. Humans had once again proven their ability to solve complex problems creatively, and Aurora had witnessed it firsthand. "Not bad, huh?" she said softly. "We make a good team." Aurora responded with a soft, melodic tone and a gentle pulse of light, a gesture Lena had come to recognize as approval. With the vault secure, Lena turned her attention to the data they had uncovered. Star maps, blueprints, and environmental records filled the holographic projections. Lena carefully organized them, cataloging the information for transmission to human authorities. The knowledge of the lost civilization was now safe, ready to benefit humanity. As Lena worked, Aurora projected a series of new holographic symbols. Lena deciphered them quickly. Aurora had found something remarkable buried deeper in the vault, an intact energy core capable of powering advanced machinery across planets. It was a treasure trove of potential, far beyond what Lena had imagined. "This is incredible," Lena whispered. "With this, we could help colonies thrive, maybe even restore entire planets." Aurora pulsed brightly, acknowledging her words. Together, they had not only rediscovered a civilization's secrets, but had unlocked tools to advance humanity's reach in the galaxy. As evening approached, Lena decided it was time to test the energy core. She carefully connected it to a small, portable device, monitoring the output. Aurora assisted, calibrating systems and ensuring stability. When the core powered the device, the chamber filled with a soft blue light, illuminating every corner. Lena gasped in awe. This is beyond anything I've ever seen," she said. "A century-old machine and a human mechanic changing the galaxy together." Suddenly, a faint vibration ran through the vault. Lena froze. Aurora immediately extended sensors, scanning the surroundings. A holographic readout revealed movement in the canyon outside, another group approaching. Lena's heart raced, but she remained calm. She trusted her ingenuity and Aurora's abilities. Instead of preparing for combat, Lena quickly activated the defenses they had set up. Holographic duplicates of the vault appeared outside, lights flashed, and mechanical doors shifted to create false entrances. The intruders, seeing what appeared to be a fully secured facility, wandered aimlessly, completely confused. Lena watched their attempts to enter, smiling at the effectiveness of their strategy. Aurora projected a message in symbols for Lena: "Human creativity, unpredictable, effective." She chuckled softly. "Exactly. Humans think outside the box. We don't just follow patterns, we create them." Once the threat passed, Lena turned back to the vault. She realized that the most powerful aspect of their partnership wasn't technology. It was the combination of human ingenuity and machine precision. Aurora had the knowledge, calculations, and efficiency, but Lena had creativity, intuition, and adaptability. Together, they were unstoppable. That night, Lena prepared a small transmission to the Galactic Council. She carefully encoded the vault's coordinates and the data they had recovered, ensuring that only authorized personnel could access it. Aurora assisted, encrypting the information with a complex code that combined human logic and machine algorithms, a true collaboration of minds. As the transmission left the vault, Lena stepped outside to look at the desert. The stars were brilliant, countless points of light stretching across the sky. She felt a deep sense of fulfillment. They had uncovered a lost civilization's secrets, secured them, and shared them with humanity. And they had done it without violence, relying instead on ingenuity, strategy, and partnership. Aurora's lights pulsed beside her, reflecting the starry sky. Lena reached out and touched its smooth metal surface. "We've done something incredible," she said. "Humans can solve problems, think creatively, and make a difference, even 100 years after someone else built this." Aurora responded with a series of light pulses and holographic symbols. Lena interpreted them, a simple message of trust, admiration, and collaboration. It was rare for a machine to show such recognition, and Lena felt a surge of pride. "We make a good team," she whispered. "Humans and machines together, anything is possible." Over the following weeks, Lena and Aurora explored the vault further. They activated dormant systems, discovered hidden storage rooms, and even reprogrammed some of the ancient robots found within. Aurora's adaptive systems continued to learn, but Lena's ingenuity pushed the machine further than its original programming could ever anticipate. Every challenge they faced highlighted the human ability to adapt, improvise, and think creatively, qualities that no machine, no matter how advanced, could fully replicate on its own. Word of their discovery began to spread slowly across the colonies. Scientists, engineers, and explorers marveled at the knowledge Lena had preserved. Human ingenuity had not only awakened a 117-year-old machine, but had also ensured that the wisdom of a long-lost civilization would benefit the galaxy. One evening, Lena stood atop a dune overlooking the vault, Aurora beside her. The desert wind blew gently, carrying sand in golden waves. Lena felt a deep sense of connection, not just to the machine, but to the generations of humans who had relied on curiosity, creativity, and problem-solving to survive and thrive in the universe. "Aurora," she said softly, "we've done something amazing. Humans aren't just survivors, we're creators, explorers, and innovators. We can solve problems no one else can." Aurora pulsed brightly, projecting a holographic pattern that Lena interpreted as agreement. The machine had learned, adapted, and grown because of human ingenuity. Lena smiled, knowing that this partnership symbolized the best of humanity. As the stars twinkled above Tarni's 9, Lena and Aurora prepared for their next journey. The desert had revealed its secrets, but countless other mysteries awaited in the galaxy. Together, they would explore, discover, and continue to prove that human creativity, courage, and intelligence could overcome any challenge, even those left behind by civilizations long gone. Lena climbed onto her rover, Aurora's systems humming beside her. The desert stretched endlessly, but for the first time, Lena felt truly limitless. She had awakened a machine, uncovered ancient knowledge, and secured a legacy that would inspire humanity for generations. And she had done it all using her mind, her hands, and her human ingenuity, proving once again that humans were a force to be reckoned with in the vast universe. As they set off into the horizon, Lena looked back one last time at the glowing vault. The stars reflected off Aurora's polished surface, a reminder that the galaxy was full of mysteries, and that humans, clever, adaptable, and endlessly curious, were ready to uncover them. And so, a human mechanic and a 117-year-old machine traveled together into the unknown, partners in discovery, guardians of knowledge, and living proof that human genius could awaken even the oldest, most advanced creations.